Hi, I'm Ameja and I'm here to introduce the new April Challenge promoted through the library. As some of you may know, April is Poetry Month, and to celebrate that, the library is hosting a Blackout Poetry Challenge for all of RMS students. Throughout the month of April, if you submit an entry to the RMS Library Blackout Poetry Challenge, your name will be entered into a raffle to win amazing prizes at the end of the month. The poems will be used to create a wall of poetry art by the Student Library Advisory Council that will be showcased outside of the RMS Theater production of Mean Girls.
Some of you may be asking, what is blackout poetry? The simple answer is blackout poetry is a form of poetry created from old book pages where the poet chooses words on the page and blacks out the rest of them to create a poem. Your blackout poem can simply be the remaining words on the page, or it can be a beautiful piece of artwork to support your poem. The sky is the limit, so be creative.
Now that you know what blackout poetry is, your next question is probably, how do I make one of these poems? No worries, we got you covered. A big thanks to our 7th grade Beulah teachers, Ms. Hess, Ms. Sani, and Ms. Summerall for the detailed instructions on how to create blackout poetry. We will provide those at the end of the video, but to sum it up, here are the basic steps. First, get an old book page from the library or passage online. Blackout poetry can also be created in Google Docs. Second, plan out your poem by circling the words you want to keep to use in your poem in pencil. Third, like carving a sculpture from a rock, look for keywords that stand out to you from the page to carve out a poem that is unique to you. Fourth, once your poem is planned out, black out the words you do not want with a black marker. Then, draw a picture to support your poem if you'd like. Next, give your poem a title and write your first and last name somewhere on your work and turn it into the library during April, and you're done. Lastly, if you have any questions, you can always ask a Student Library Advisory Council Slack member or Miss Oliver.
As you know, your poem has to support the theme of blackout bullying. But the challenge to eliminate bullying here at RMS requires everyone in our school to take action and get involved. In most instances of bullying, we classify the people involved into 3 categories: the bullier, the bystander, and the upstander. It's pretty obvious who the bully is, but all too often most people fall into the category of being a bystander, or someone who is simply near and watches the bullying take place. Bystanders sometimes laugh or give attention to the bullying by looking towards the victim while the bullying is taking place. Some bystanders simply stay silent during the bullying. Without realizing it, any of these behaviors of inaction can be seen by the victim as supporting the bullying behavior by the bystander, laughing or by silent agreement. When more students move away from being a bystander and actually begin to stand up and speak out, they become upstanders. Upstanders are those who see the pain and embarrassment of the victim and begin to feel a sense of anger about the injustice they are witnessing, and then choose to take action in a variety of ways. That is when a real change can happen in our challenge to black out bullying at our school.
However, you might be wondering what some of the ways upstanders can choose to take action against bullying. We have 3 ideas for you to get started with. 1. Take action by telling the bully to stop. Speak up and stand by those who need it. 2. Take action by getting others to stand up too. Here's an example. Gretchen is friends with Regina. Regina is insecure about her body. When some of the boys in their middle school walk past Regina, they make animal snorting sounds like a pig or cow. Gretchen knows that many people struggle with weight issues. She knows how frustrating and hard it can be to lose weight. Gretchen decides to spend more time with Regina in the hallway. When she hears the animal noises directed at her friend, Gretchen tells Regina, "I'm sorry they do that to you. You don't deserve it. They're just bullies." Gretchen acknowledges the negative comments and redirects it, and mostly, she chooses to physically stay with Regina and support her just by being present. Our last example, 3. Invite someone to sit with you and your friends for lunch so they can feel included.
Now, you might be wondering, why the theme of bullying? Haven't we already covered that in our rep time classes? Well, we're excited to announce that Mean Girls Jr. Spring Musical has partnered with the RMS Library to incorporate the theme of bullying to remind the overall theme of the musical and movie. With our production of Mean Girls Jr., we will be having a Spirit Week nearing the opening night, which would be called You Can Sit With Us Week. We want the whole school to be involved with anti-bullying, and we hope that you can participate. For the different days of You Can Sit With Us Week, we will switch up our seats, twin with a new friend, wear pink on Wednesdays, of course, mismatched clothes, and the last day will be a spring fling formal wear Friday. Make sure to support all the amazing cast and crew by getting a ticket by the show dates.
Hello, I'm Isabel and I play Regina George in Mean Girls Jr.
And I'm Olivia, and I play Katie Heron. In the musical, Regina is the main antagonist and Katie is the protagonist.
Their classmates are scared of Regina because she is a bully. Even though Olivia and I play opposing characters in a show, we don't have to be mean to each other in real life.
That's why, with Mean Girls Jr., we are working hard to give you an amazing show with incredible characters, lights, sound, music, and dance.
All of our cast and crew have been working hard to make this show the best it can be. Our theater director, Ms. Slang, has been putting all of her time and effort into blocking, choreographing, and directing the show.
Along with Mr. Hessline, who's been helping all of us work on our songs.
Please come and see the production of
Mean Girls Jr.
this May.
The poem must be submitted to the library by Tuesday, April 30th. All students who submit a poem will have their name entered to win a prize from the Student Library Advisory Council. Students can enter more than one poem to increase their chances of winning. More information about the Blackout Poetry Challenge can be found on RMS's library